I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Regigigas. Last year, as we approached the end of the third generation of Pokemon games, I did a Regi week. When talking about the Regis, I subscribed to the theory that they represent the different ages of man. The Ice Age, Stone Age, and Iron Age, then the Age of Myth and the Modern Age. But there's one Regi left, and it doesn't quite fit in with human history. Regigigas is the alleged creator of the other Regis. Rather than representing human history, I believe it represents the Earth before us, an ancient world that teemed with life for billions of years before the relative blink of the eye that has been all of human civilization so far. Regigigas was there before stone, iron, and electricity, and perhaps he'll be there long after as well. Regigigas is much larger than the other Regis. It is mostly white in colour, with gold and black decorations, along with moss or plants growing on the feet and shoulders. Regigigas is a normal type Pokemon, rare among legendaries. There's actually a little debate as to whether Regigigas should be counted as a legendary or a mythical, both of which were more or less fan-invented terms for the longest time, as Regigigas cannot be obtained just by owning the 4th generation games. In Platinum you could get one through an event, like a mythical, while prior to that it could only be caught in Diamond and Pearl by moving the 3 original Regis up from Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. In most subsequent games, getting the other Regis is still necessary, though at least in some games all 4 are available in the same game. Pokemon Platinum tells us, "It is said to have made Pokemon that look like itself, from a special ice mountain, rocks and magma," while Heart Gold and Soul Silver say, "It is believed to have shaped Regirock, Regice and Registeel out of clay, ice and magma." Even with the very deity-focused roster of legendaries in Diamond and Pearl, this one seems a little on the nose. If we accept that the Regis are based on golems of Jewish myth, then them being made by another creature is a little easier to swallow. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl tells us, "There is an enduring legend that states this Pokemon towed continents with ropes." This may be a reference to the Japanese myth of Omitsunu, a king descended from the storm god Susanoo, who is said to have dragged different islands together to make his own territory larger. Specifically moving mountains, as Pokemon Platinum told us, is reminiscent of another Japanese yokai, Daidarobochi, said to have lifted Mount Fuji, and whose footsteps are supposedly lakes, and who resembles a range of mountains when sleeping. Welcome back to Does Andrew Rice Remember Generation 4 Pokemon?
And if so, what does he think about him?
Regigigas.
Forgot my line. Regigigas is the result of all the Regis. He's the 3 hanging out probably, and they summon the god. And he's well, gigantic.
Yeah, he's like the Regi Megazord. I think he created them as the idea or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. It's weird that they did that here, but they didn't make like a ultimate me spirit as elf Uxie.
They just thought the Regis are really cool, I guess.
Stick to your own lane, mate. That's what I'm saying.
Nah. Blur the lines. Generations don't matter. I don't believe in borders, you know this. Citizen of Earth, mate.
Good.
In the anime, Regigigas makes a few cameo appearances. It stops a Glacier with its bare hands in Giratina and the Sky Warrior, and it battles Hooper in Hooper and the Clash of Ages. It also appeared in the actual TV series, where it was shown controlling the other Regis and turning them on their trainer. One of my students actually taught me how to do Regigigas' voice from the anime, okay? You put your hands together and then you sort of punch yourself in the chest while talking like this. Regigigas! He does it really well. If this all sounds pretty tough, you might like to know that Regigigas in the games has outrageously high stats. On the other hand, it unfortunately can't make much use of them. The ability, Slow Start, means that for the first 5 turns of a battle, Regigigas' attack and speed are both halved. 5 turns is a long time in a Pokemon battle, especially as it resets every time the Pokemon switches out, rendering Regigigas essentially useless unless a whole team is built around some gimmick to give it time to set up or to switch its ability. Regigigas slumbers for centuries, perhaps millennia, and it makes sense it would take some time to wake up. Music for Luke Loves Pokemon is composed by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Writing, producing, and editing is all by me, Luke Summerhays. Funding is provided by lovely listeners. If you'd like to help keep the lights on or give your thanks, head over to patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. There you can find links to the other shows my pals and I create. Or for just $1 a month, listen to episodes as soon as we're done editing. And I love hearing from you guys. A 5-star rating and review on your podcasting app of choice, or even better, telling a friend about the show, would always be much appreciated. Our next monsters are Giratina and Cresselia. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about those or any other Pokemon on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN. Catch more Pokemon content at twitch.tv/LukeLovesPKMN, most Friday nights from 9 PM UK time. And even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Regigigas, and remember, I love you too.